Hey there, let's play the Countryle for December 20th. Yesterday's Countryle answer was Bhutan. The Kingdom of Bhutan is a landlocked country in South Asia in the eastern Himalayas, bordered by China and India. Its capital is Thimphu, and its population is approximately 777,000. Bhutan was inhabited at least 4,000 years ago, as evidenced by stone tools, weapons, elephants, and remnants of large stone structures. Buddhism was introduced to Bhutan in the 7th century CE. Unfortunately, in 1827, the ancient capital of Punakha was ravaged by fire, destroying most of the historical records of Bhutan before that time. Until the 17th century, Bhutan existed as a patchwork of minor warring fiefdoms, when the area was unified by the Tibetan Lama and the military leader Ngawang Namgyal. Namgyal built a network of fortresses and promulgated a code of law that helped bring local lords under centralized control. The first Europeans to visit Bhutan were the Portuguese Jesuits in 1627. They presented Namgyal with firearms, gunpowder, and a telescope. Various wars between Bhutan and Tibet, as well as with other kingdoms, occurred in the 17th and 18th centuries. Border skirmishes with the British began in the late 18th century, eventually leading to the Boer War from 1864 to 1865. Bhutan lost this war, and the ensuing peace treaty ended hostilities between Bhutan and British India. In the 1870s, a civil war led to the ascendancy of Ugyeng Wangchuck. In 1907, he was chosen as the hereditary king of the country. The British government recognized the new monarchy, and Bhutan signed a treaty which gave Britain control of Bhutan's foreign affairs. In 1947, Bhutan was one of the first countries to recognize India's independence from Britain, and they then signed a treaty with India similar to the one they had had with Britain. In 1953, King Jigme Dorji Wangchuck established a legislature to promote a more democratic form of governance. In 1971, Bhutan was admitted to the UN. Between 1987 and in 1992, a policy to unite and differentiate Bhutan's people included a code requiring traditional dress and etiquette. The use of Hindi and Nepali, which is related to Hindi, was abandoned as part of the effort to modernize and introduce the use of the Dzongkha language. In 1988, a policy requiring Bhutanese to prove their citizenship led to protests and resistance. Dissidents were evicted and banished from the country, and between 80,000 and 100,000 Lhotshampas people were forcefully deported and became refugees in southern Nepal and several Western countries. In 1999, the government lifted a ban on television and the internet. A new constitution was presented in 2005. The first national parliamentary elections were held in December 2007 and March 2008. Bhutan consists mostly of mountains and rivers, contributing to a wide range of biodiversity. The highest point in Bhutan is Gangkhar Puensum at 7,570 meters, or 24,840 feet high. It is the highest unclimbed mountain in the world. The climate varies with elevation from subtropical in the south to temperate in the highlands, and even polar-like in the highest elevations in the north. Bhutan is a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary form of government. In 2019, Bhutan was classified as a hybrid regime. It is ranked partly free by Freedom House. Homosexuality was decriminalized in 2020, and women are gaining increasingly equal standing with men. Bhutan's economy is based on agriculture, forestry, tourism, and the sale of hydroelectric power to India. Buddhism is the primary and state religion in Bhutan, followed by Hinduism. The national language is Dzongkha, which is a member of the Tibetan language family and uses the same script as Classical Tibetan. English is the medium of instruction in schools. Bhutan ranks 127th on the Human Development Index and 134th in nominal GDP per capita. Life expectancy is 72 years. The infant mortality rate is 20 deaths per 1,000 live births. The literacy rate is 66%. And Bhutan ranks 33rd on the Press Freedom Index. Interestingly, Bhutan was ranked honorable mention after the top 7 happiest countries in the world in 2021. So, as always, we start with yesterday's country, which is Bhutan, and find out what today's is going to be. We are heading west out of Asia to a cooler country with a higher population. Okay, cooler. Must be Europe. Let's try Denmark. Sort of middling and see where we go. Okay, southeast of Denmark. Got the right temperature. We need more people. Germany? No, southeast of Germany. Fewer people. Okay. I mean, Hungary. We really just had Hungary. I remember it was like last week. How about Romania? Okay, Romania is a little too warm and still too big. Northwest of Romania. Okay. So we're between 6 and 19 million people. Northwest of Romania. Croatia? Croatia's too warm and not quite big enough. Okay, north of Croatia. Czech Republic? Yeah, okay. We had Slovakia not that long ago. I imagine the histories are fairly similar. We'll find out tomorrow. Could I have my stats, please? Thank you. 76%! Ooh, I'm excited to finish this map. I can't believe we haven't had Australia, Argentina, Chile, or Canada yet. On this round, anyway. Some of the bigger ones. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to leave a comment here or on today's Wordle video with a suggestion for a starting word for tomorrow's Wordle related to the Czech Republic. And I will see you then for the next Countryle.